All right, it's if once again, Mamunina Kwaba once again, by a video so Pinax TV. Now, and nas instance some nana, and then the aba air trend, social media. Now, we need the platform we here. You realize that from the one, since Kennedy Agyapong, and the Anas battle, then in respect to the number 12 expose, Eba. Abepim, who watches the Watchman, and also Galamsey expose in the we've been giving you all the latest updates in regards to this particular developing stories, and our stories are any update I also in respect to these particular things. Then asema abedaya pronosono HS yankase nua bofruit Mr. Kwamna Bofruit nipa make na say me say wonim na ye Kwamna Sante of Adom FM bedroom mrebi akene Japan e ka say why na funu say Bofruit no e one na social media dey tu ni jeans any so moji ye be free Bofruit ampa Mr. Bofruit me no ka say no announce e de ne court. Now let me put it straight here. Announce in sema announce in sema original so de ne court nyina ne say eye ebra announce the Galamsey expose ba yi Kennedy Agyapong ekotena multimedia so kotena multimedia so no according to rate of sermons any Anas lawyers in some of Mokan Eraf and some lawyers of Anas or Mokan patch say Kennedy Agyapong ekotena Adom FM program no so na Adom TV program no so no ye interviewed and they made it seem like a one-way interview, which means I didn't anka say omo edit journalists they put the journalistic work into details and now they put it down and deal with the thing. Say if you are bias, I don't know. Let's look at the thing critically. It's even if you be against Krana, you will not go straight against. Obekwa against kakra, no wako for kakra. And then the journalistic works, you stand in the middle. You don't be biased. But according to Anas, no, in that particular show of that particular interview, no, it seemed like a one-sided interview. And the whole thing was hitting Anas. To the extent said it says Anas was corrupt, Anas was even involved in illegal mining, Anas has done it's the same be Anas he first of all actually wanted a retraction and apology. But Anas no say they be make a retraction and apology and go for more family serious. On any lawyers no omo de Kwamna Sante multimedia any Adom FM equal courts. Now in some way see somewhere last year February 14th. Assembly at the courts last year April 2019. It will share the timing of a summer course now. It was somewhere last year February. So I bring a seminar course. Some got multimedia so you can send some winning NAS any lawyers at your court. But NAS any lawyers officially they took the matter to court somewhere last year April 2019. And then no say verdict about a camia quest court cases regarding Kennedy Agyapong in 2020 and but we've seen a year we've seen this particular one. Menokas information and second is right after this one, the next judgment to come will be Kennedy Agyapong. Any announced there now. Amount will be looking at the way things are going, because more evidence was not provided. Kennedy Agyapong will lose this particular announced case to announced court case, and so because so sure. All the other court cases is in respect to this particular analysis or the buy. And not that Kennedy Agyapong also has a lot of pending court cases. JB Dankwanere or the Kennedy Agyapong court, former Attorney General. The claim is she came in the Who Watches the Watchman and also the Kennedy Agyapong because the court cases be brave. At the end of the day, Penifua can sinyechi and yebe chale. Now let me start off. As you can see on your screen, and then multimedia as part of a year in some course between multimedia and the lawyers of Kennedy Agyapong, the lawyers of Anas Armiya Anas. They actually opted for an out-of-court settlement. Now, in some way, I see the out-of-court settlement opted for it contains certain things that are quite dynamic and are quite dicey. But I'll explain it so the layman here will understand. Say multimedia at the point in time during the session of the court cases understood say yes, in fact in some of our can they didn't actually put the ethics of journalism in respect and I say on the table, which means they said certain things without evidence and now without looking at the repercussions which will come. So based on that, they offered to go and write and put it boldly on a daily graphic on publishing retraction and apology to Anas Arimia Anas. These were the out of court settlement between Anas and also multimedia. Internet Tuesday, that was yesterday, Tuesday, August 11, 2020. Menoka say, they actually posted and gave a notice on Daily Graphic. Apologize to Anas Arimia Anas. Not just that, they also apologize on their own multimedia stations, Adom FM, Adom TV, Joy News, everywhere. They will apologize and they will retract the statement. Aside from that, their course, and say, Anas Aboka ewo courts in terms of legal fees or bema lawyers akwa up and down or move waste time ni nyina no multimedia for and be taking care of the cost involved. We share on the screens are there are lots of court races because they ridiculous at the betting, but one main particular thing very much important is what you are seeing on the screen. Now before we even go that, you can see on Anas Facebook handle, he's posted 9 hours ago or he posted a picture of both fruits, Agyapong and Kwamna Sante, and I wish he posted with a caption, Omanhene Kwamna Sante and co purge themselves of defamatory comments against Anas. Now let's read this, what they published in the Daily Graphic yesterday. As you can see on the screen, it goes and says, retraction and apology to Anas Arimia Anas. On 26th February 2019, the multimedia group Benjamin Kwame Asante, Dominic Kisi, Yeboah, and Abdullahi Awudu, by a guest, the member of Parliament for Asin Central, they had invited broadcast and published or calls to be broadcast and published by television on Adom TV as part of their program entitled Bedroom in Person, made and produced by the defendants' defamatory words, which suggested to viewers that Anas Arimia Anas is a criminal who engages in illegal mining, bribery, corruption, extortion, and impersonation of army officers, and also that Anas Arimia Anas is an evil and odious wrecker who caused destruction to land and the environment. The said allegations have been found to be false, and the same should not have been on the program. The publication of such words against Anas Arimia Anas is most regrettable. The management of the multimedia group Benjamin Kwame Asante, Dominic Kisi Yeboah, and Abdullahi Awudu to do hereby apologize and unconditionally and unreservedly retract the statement made against journalist Anas Arimia Anas. Anyway, I wouldn't go that way, but contempt of court. Media make me be for people. I make sure say no credit. Any no credit and kamenka. No credit and kamenka. But my kapa me want evidence there. Anyway, some of their court. I'm a court and say this. They say some of them they should bring their evidence. They were not able to bring substantial evidence into the way as seen. Now, you're moving on to, as you can see, a person clear. No, be you realize that this is actually what is going on. And yes, you have to be near this same in pain. Be for say me a bias, but another I'm going all out and I'm going on clean. Because in SAT for most of the mobile court. As you can see here on the screens, this is the rate. As you can see, it says between Anas Arimia Anas, Listo Yesu Bukasen, Kofi Bako House, North Laboni Crescent, and also the multimedia. We are court rates now. Between Anas and multimedia. Now let's take a look here. As you can see, the down part, as we've highlighted, was a notice of terms of settlement, which means terms of settlement, the course, whereas that is one, section A, the plaintiff issued a rate of summons and statement of claim on 14th April 2019, claiming for the following reliefs against the defendants. Damages for libel contained the publication endorsed on the rate of summons by the way of attachments and particulate in paragraph 8 of the statement of claim. B, cost including lawyers' fees, and B again, the defendant's cost appearance to be entered on their behalf on 9th May 2019. Agreement, the parties acting through their respective lawyers have held discussion, negotiated, and agreed on amicable settlement of the cause of the following terms and conditions. 2.1 Retraction and apology. The defendants shall cause to be published once in the Daily Graphic newspaper and an unconditional and unreserved retraction and apology as follows. Senior read it no, which means lawyers, some call Benkru and no. This was where they came into agreement that they should publish on Daily Graphic and they can read it. I hope you and I'll share her entire agreement. I'll say the parties agree that these terms constitute the entire understanding between them, and no claim or action or proceedings shall be instituted or maintained by any of the parties or any person or entity claiming through or for interest of their parties in respect to the subject matter of the suit. 4. Consent judgment. The parties shall seek leave of court to have the terms set out in these settlements adopted as a consent judgment, among them their principals, agents, successors in title, and all persons claiming through them in respect of the subject matter of the suit. This was signed by Anas Armia Anas, who and then the lawyer Lustowa Yesu Bukasin, and also in the presence of Kisi Agyapong, one of the lawyers. So this is currently what is going on. This is currently what is going on for the Akani sign be break. Currently, no Adum TV multimedia, they have apologized. Honestly, looking at the sense of things, I don't even know what to say. Not because it seems like a loss for anybody who's fighting Anas, but then I think it goes a long way to tell all of us that before we do something, we should make sure we have enough evidence. And Kabeye say, and Kabeye Feso say, at least Omuba Kupo will be able to present evidence. Not and you will say, okay, somebody mokano munjina. So Kamia say they will say and shout, we have evidence. They will say a whole lot of things. And court nama police, oh, mofanche, we want an out of court settlement. And we all know, sir, beginning of this year, Agyapong has lost a court case against Kweku Bako. Currently, he has a lot of pending court cases. Osha, Oni Anas, the Nbeba, Oni Lady Heward, JB Dankwa, Heward Mills, so then they are also the Beba, and Sana, the former Attorney General. So there was a lot of people, and other people, Mabeka, Joseph Yamin, so SU Kennedy Japan. We are Nusufi Wanansi as Hamiti FSU Kennedy Japan. One more any Momudi put your uncountable. See, I'm semi question there. I don't know. It's so sad the way I hate Kennedy Japan. But this is what I have about the Anas expose near the other. You see, he's doing a great job. But you see, as human beings, we all have views and perceptions. I'm not afraid to speak. I'm not afraid of anybody. But my view on this particular matter is that he's doing a good expose, but at least in regards to the people that they show their faces, they should not show their faces. Which means on your investigation, they can cover their faces. Okay? They can cover their face, and at the end of the day, we should limit the way this thing goes. You see, they be a can one day, and you better say the damages this particular expose will do to Ghana integrity. I think say very massive. I'm not saying we shouldn't uproot corruption. We should, but at least we should look at how this thing goes far. When you travel outside the country, now if you're on social media, there are a lot of adverts which go on. Oh, Ghana, I believe say if chanced upon one. These things are countries which are promoting their own country. In say Dubai, even in the midst of coronavirus, Dubai is doing a whole lot of adverts on Google, on CNN, BBC, everywhere, just to lure people to come to Dubai. One country too is Qatar. Even the United States of America, they do adverts. Italy does adverts. Russia does adverts. Someone from St. Petersburg. So everybody is doing adverts. Even China does some. Malaysia, Singapore. You see, aside from everything, tourism is an income generator for every country. Maybe to say Egypt, the number of people who travel to go to Egypt to go and see the pyramid alone in a year is something I think for you don't know, because pyramid now this is what happens. Plane on between is serving as an income to the country, revenue on that hotel, which means one more ICC hotels, they will get money, they can pay their workers to get something. The tourist site, they will go there, they will pay something to go and see, they will also get something. So it's an income rollout. Tourism in some countries is the second largest income generator. Maybe to say Dubai doesn't do anything. I know they have a lot of oil, but tourism is one thing which is generating a lot of income. So the question is, why are people promoting their countries, trying to project a positive value and a positive feed for their countries, whereas ours is a little bit different? We should do the investigation. That is my mind. That is what I think. But what I'm also believing is at least we should limit the way we expose these things, because it is really denting Ghana's image. So more authority, the investigation will go on, but at least my insurance because in regards to Anas recent expose, I was happy he did it, but at the end, the people had procured the medicines themselves. Omukwa investigation and Omukwa company one. They said say yes, the people procured the medicine, which means they bought it. They bought the medicine themselves. They bought it, just that they bought it in the name of the hospital, which is something that ABA na enfam bram so but in 24 can say so you feed off the company. That is what happened. Unilever at the point in time, no bit me the Unilever tag baby and I'll be team they are requested for things. That is the priority, or that's the advantage of working at a particular place. It's like being a minister. You have some certain privileges that people don't. So I understand that. But the thing was, that particular dying time and moment, not gonna kits, doctors in kits, no. It wasn't really necessary for them to do that. So there are certain things a buyout, they should give it to a court of competent jurisdiction. They should give it to a panel members. They should give it to the Ghana police, so they go through and screen and make sure say everybody who is been accused thereof is actually guilty. And second, they shouldn't show their face, because I've been with people who are when they are accused of something, some people even want to kill themselves. And you be na what's our command? Akada bia ebe show be ni nipa no I be bia born, and then na and I can say okay, what's up? You see, we shouldn't wait for the thing to happen. We should cover their faces. This one there, I mean, all I support this particular cause. But aside from that too, I believe say anybody who say something against Anas only evidence via whether Kenya, Japan, whatever, no, the person need to face the necessary sanctions. We'll give you more updates in regards to what is currently going on right here in Ghana. Thank you so much for watching.